Ladies and gentlemen, the day of the trip came. And guess what? That day, the devil decided to allow me to oversleep. I got to the departure venue, which was the office. I got to the venue late. I was on the phone. I was on the road, sorry. And then my phone rang. Guess who was calling me? Mr. Mecca Jonathan. I said, good morning, sir. He said, do you think I have time to waste? Where are you? I said, I'm inside the BRT bus, heading towards Sulere. He said, get here in the next 2 minutes. Excuse me. My heart started beating very fast, like I was literally shaking. Finally, God helped me to get to the office. They were actually waiting for me. Got there. He was not smiling. I greeted him, good morning, sir. Morning. Got into the bus. Our trip began to Delta State. My goodness. Inside the bus, he now told Mr. Enoch to say a word of prayer for the trip. Mr. Enoch prayed, and afterwards, and then he handed over 2,000 naira for feeding for that road trip. Afterwards, the whole bus went quiet. Everywhere went dead silent. The atmosphere was quiet. Nobody could say anything. If anybody was saying anything, it was just, close proximity. Just whisper to your friend, because Oga was in the bus. So nobody wanted to appear lousy or being a talkative. We kept quiet. Only the music playing from the car stereo, was on. Everywhere was quiet until we got to Ore. Everybody came down to eat. Baba was in the bus. I was like, what kind of man is this? The man has too much aura. Too much aura. After eating, got into the bus, he was on his phone, pressing his phone. On our way to Delta State, at some point he slept off. Nobody won't talk loud now so that go wake the man from sleep. We got to our hotel room, got our different rooms. The next day of the event, we got ready and went for the event. Man, I was literally shaking because I was just imagining what it would feel like to stand behind the legendary Sammie Okposo on my first gig. My goodness, I was overwhelmed with excitement. At the same time, I was scared because I didn't know what to expect. Got on stage, the music started going on. Alto was good, soprano was good. Tenor guys were messing up the harmonies. Harmonies were flying left, right, and center. And you could see it in the faces of the alto and soprano singers. This thing was not sinking. Our voice texture was not blending. We were just opening our mouth. Wow! Hi! No dynamics at all. The harmonies were just... The legendary Sammie Okposo would just turn back. In fact, he kept turning back like over, let me just not exaggerate, over 50 times. He kept turning back to look at the tenor singers. Obviously, he was not happy because the harmonies were not sounding right. And I knew that something was wrong. He would turn back, he would look at us, and then sort out the harmonies. I was overwhelmed because it was my first experience standing behind him as one of the tenor BGVs. I was scared. I was excited, but I was scared because it was a whole new experience for me. I've never experienced it before. God helped me throughout that event. Finally, the event came to an end. And I see him walk towards, call Mr. Enoch, the band leader. I was having this conversation with him. I didn't know what he was saying to him. But I know he was going on and on. You could literally see that this man was not happy. He was not happy. He was just going on and on. I said to myself, Emeka, you are finished. You are finished. We are finished. I said, well, what will happen is that they obviously not call me again. maybe when we get to Lagos, this will be my final gig with him. But we got to the hotel room. Mr. Enoch, asked for my account details, and I gave him, and then the next thing I saw was 30,000 naira was sent to me for that gig. I was paid 30,000 naira for that gig. I was like, wow. So I could earn this much in 2012 for just doing BGVs for the legendary Sammie Okposo. I'm like, oh my God, Omo. I started calculating in my head. Imagine Igbo boy now, if I do 4 gigs in a week, or if I do 3 gigs in a weekend, that's 90K. Oh my goodness. As a sign of appreciation to Minister Ken, and I just had to take out some money to say, bros, use this one, take buy recharge card. Thank you for calling me to go for this audition. Thank you for even remembering to call me. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I sent him some money. I won't mention the amount of money. Sent him some money as an appreciation to say thank you so much, sir. God bless you. At that point, he was also preparing for his he was actually doing his recording, his album. Yes, working on his first album. The album that had the Aruba Ojo, the heavens declare, and all of that. So when we got to Lagos, after 2 days, I got a message from Mr. Enoch, for rehearsals. Going for that rehearsals, I was shaking because I didn't know what to expect. I was scared. Got to the rehearsals, saw the second tenor singer. That rehearsals was hell. All the mistakes we made in Delta State was listed, and I mean, Baba was listing out everything we did wrong, and he was not smiling saying it. He was literally coming for me, and at some point I started thinking, shouldn't only me they make all these mistakes? He literally came for me. He was cussing me out, yabbing me, not cuss, he was yabbing me. So you just they sing and they look at your vid, or the whole video your neck just they show. I felt really, really bad that I had disappointed the opportunity I had to make a first impression. I messed it up. He started saying, Enoch, man, I don't think I can do this. He was telling me, Enoch, I don't think I can continue. I can't do this with these guys. Messing me up. I didn't get to this level, hanging around mediocres. Oh my God. I heard that word mediocre and something struck. Like, mediocre. He came for me. He said something to me. He said, is this what you sing in Trem? We make everybody they clap for you because I said that you be the superstar for Trem. I'm like, now the rubbish way they sing for Trem. What did they clap for you for church? It's obvious the church members don't know any better, because if this is what you sing in church and they are clapping for you, they sing rubbish. It's just a sing rubbish from my back. Hey God, I was quiet all through. But one thing I found out also, he was saying all of that from a place of love, not because he hated me. Because he's a sucker for excellence. That man is a sucker. Like, he's addicted to excellence. That's the word. He's addicted to excellence. He hates anything mediocre. He hates it. And that's why he reacts the way he reacts. Not because he hates you or because he hates me. I had to tell myself, this man doesn't hate you because he doesn't know you from them. This is the first time you're singing with him. This is the first time you're coming across him. He doesn't have any reason to hate you personally. Because he's passionate about what he does. The man is passionate about his music. He doesn't care who you are. If you're not getting it right, you guys are not going to be friends. And he told me, I'm not going to be friends with you if you're not getting it right. If you want us to be friends, get my music right, and then we'll be friends. That rehearsal was crazy. For the 4 hours, 4, 5, 6 hours we spent, In that rehearsals, it was hell. I could literally just see myself crying because I couldn't sing. The tension in the rehearsal room. The tension in the rehearsal, you can actually feel it because he was not happy after the last event. And the concentration was on the tenor singers. We messed up that gig for him. And he wouldn't continue with us if we were going to mess up his performances. Something died inside me. I felt very bad for disappointing him and messing up the first opportunity, given to me to make a good impression of myself. But well, rehearsal ended and then we were paid our rehearsal fee. And then I just went to his office and knocked and, "Who did here?" I said, "It's me." He said, "Waiting." I said, "Can I see you, sir?" He said, "Any problem?" I said, "No, sir." I said, "Okay, come in." I came, I sat down. He said, sit down. He said, "Sit down." I sat down. I said, "Please, I'm sorry, sir, for..." He said, No. You don't have to. Don't apologize to me. Just go and work on yourself. Work on the songs. You have my songs. Go and work on them. I don't need your apology. All I need you is to work on my songs, and improve before the next rehearsals. Okay?" I said, "Okay, sir. One more thing." He said, "What is it?" I brought out cash, 10,000 naira. I said, "Please, sir, I want to sow this seed into your life and ministry. Because one day I inspired to do great things like you. I inspired to be great like you." He was like, "I don't need it." I said, I'm not giving you this thing because you need it. I'm giving it for you, for my own sake. I'm sowing it as a seed into your life and ministry. For my own sake, not because of you." And he said, "So now I won't use your 10K. I said, "Please, sir. It is for my own good, not for you, sir." He reluctantly collected it. At some point, he said, "No." He said, "Let me pray with you." And then he prayed with me. He said, "Father, give your son Emeka the heart to learn and learn well, to the glory of your name and to the shame of the devil." I said, "Amen. Thank you, sir." Before me right there, he called, "Richard, can't use this money, go buy fuel for generator." And I walked away, got home. On my way home, I started thinking. I said, "Emeka, if you follow this man mouth, you're not going to come for the next rehearsal. But all you need to do is just get back to work and start rehearsing." Guess what? I got back home. I started rehearsing, started working, started listening to his songs, consulting with MK, and that was a whole new experience. I mean, I keep saying these experiences are not what money can buy. God helped me. I started growing gradually from one rehearsals, and these rehearsals are not jokes. So, guess what? We're not coming. We're rehearsing Big God today. The next rehearsals, we are doing the same songs. He will do it to the extent that when they wake you up to sing your part, you will sing it effortlessly. Yeah. When I come back, I will tell you. I'll tell you the story. On my first experience traveling with him to the UK. My experience traveling to the UK with the legendary Okposo. You don't want to miss that gist. Wait for it.